1-point perspective. This week we're going to use 1-point perspective to draw a name design. You'll need to get a paper, a pencil, and a ruler or some sort of straight edge. First step is going to be to write your name across the bottom of the paper. I like to start in the middle. My first name is Jamie, so I start with the M in the middle. Now outline those letters, making them block letters. Really try to think about making your letters square with corners, not bubble letters. Now take an eraser and erase out the middle line that you started with, leaving just your block letters. Put a dot at the top of your paper for the vanishing point. The vanishing point is the point where all of your lines will be drawn to. And we're going to use a straight edge to do this. I like using a ruler, but if you don't have a ruler, any sturdy straight edge, like the piece of a cardboard box, as long as it's nice and straight, will work. To create the illusion of depth, making it look like our letters are blocks that go off into space, we are going to use the 1-point perspective technique. What that means is you're going to connect the top corners of each of your letters to the vanishing point with a straight line. Hold on to your ruler tight so that it doesn't slip as you draw that line. I connected one corner of the J, now I'm going to connect the other top corner of the J. Again, connect it to the vanishing point. It must go to the same point. I'm going to work my way across, connecting all of my letters and their top corners to the vanishing point. Now that we have connected the top points to the vanishing point, we have to think of the other points of the letters. If you look at the J, it doesn't have a bottom or a side right now because there's not another line. So we're going to start to connect it. There's a couple of rules. First of all, you're going to start the same. Find a corner, line it up with your vanishing point. But the first rule you need to remember is to stop when you hit a line. So I've connected that corner, but it hits the J, so I stop my line. Here's another corner of my J. Line it up to the vanishing point, connect it, draw the line, but stop when it hits the line of the J. The next rule is when it comes to curves. A curve is a little bit harder. What you have to do is line up your vanishing point with the outermost edge of that curve until the curve is almost disappearing. You connect that to your vanishing point. The third rule is do not draw inside of a letter. When I go to this bottom corner of my A and try to connect it to my vanishing point, that line would go right through the middle of my A, so I do not draw it. You want to check every single corner of your letters. So if I try that one, it would go through the middle of my A. Not doing it. Let's check this corner. No, it goes through the middle of my A. Let's check our fourth corner. That does not go through my A. So I'm going to connect that until it hits that M and stop. It's important to check every single corner of your letters just to make sure whether you should or should not draw a line connecting to the vanishing point. I'm going to work my way across, finishing all of my letters. I have connected every corner that I could to the vanishing point, and now it has that nice dimensional look. Reminders. Number 1, connect to the vanishing point. 2, never cross a line. And 3, never draw a line inside of a letter. So now what you're going to do is you're going to color in your letters with any color you want. I'm going to go with a very simple color scheme with black and white. So here you go, I colored in all my letters and I drew over the lines that go to the vanishing point. The last step is to add value to our project. What value is the lightness or darkness of a color. And for the depth to work, We want to add value, which is the darkest way back by the point, and it fades to a nice light color up by the letter. Now, I did this just with a regular pencil. You could use color pencils if you'd like to. You can use multiple different colors. That's up to you. Notice how I'm taking my time working in layers. I pressed pretty hard with my pencil back by the vanishing point, but I really lighten my pressure when I get closer to the letter. I am drawing a little darker around the bottom just to show that little bit of shadow at the bottom. Anything that's kind of hidden away should go a little bit darker. Here is the final product. I went ahead and added some stars to my background. I think it looks great. It looks like it really is shooting off into space.